Hi everybody, hope you're doing well. Well, this is pinephone Daily Driver Update version 3, episode 3. So, another day. I'm not even finished the day yet, but the pinephone has behaved badly, as it does every day. Lost the Wi-Fi modem again today. And I discovered this because it fails to make calls. I go to the call logs, try to call somebody, and it connects, fails. So then I discovered there's a line over the Wi-Fi and can't detect the hardware again, and airplane mode is turned on again. So all these things seem to have to do with making calls. Anyway, and I should have known this because suddenly the battery's charging well. So this morning I actually disconnected it from the cable and carried it around with me for like an hour. And I was shocked. I don't know what's going on with this phone, but I got some comments today about how it's in alpha and beta status, and you're not kidding. It's not even alpha yet. But anyway, we're not gonna cover the phone because just look at yesterday's episode. It's doing the same thing. It's a piece of crap. And we're going to discuss some comments I got. So just stand by for a minute while I queue them up. Okay. One YouTube user, Vasily, he says, if I just went one link further, I would have found this. Bear in mind that the software for Linux phones is very early, with most of the software being in alpha or beta state. That's especially also the case for scalability of applications and their availability and practicality. Or practicability. Oh, sorry, not practicality. Practicability. I'm not kind of sure about that one. Any hardware function implementations and the firmware. The software is provided as is. There's no warranty for the software, not even for the merchantability. Yeah, this guy uses some big words. And I gotta click read more. Merchantability or a fitness for a particular purpose. Merchantability, that's a tongue twister, that one is. So we talked about going one link further. Well, it's certainly not on the pine64.org/pinephone page. It's certainly not on the ordering page. So I took the first sentence of his and I googled it, and let me tell you what page it is on, because this is interesting. Okay, so if I'd only gone to wiki.pine64.org/wiki pinephone, I would have found that information. Or if I'd have gone to forumpine64.org, show thread PHP and a bunch of alpha and random numbers, and then page equals 3, and it's a blog about the title "Shame on Pinephone." Like, how can you expect any consumer to know to go to those, especially when I only found this because I used your words and searched them. So, what the hell are you talking about? How am I supposed? That's not one link. That's not one link away from the pages I just mentioned to you. That's buried in the site where nobody will find it. But what we're gonna do is, the Shame on Pinephone blog. I'm gonna read it to you because it's juicy and it describes exactly what's going on. And I got to mention this to you guys. I'm getting these excuses. There's another one too. I'm getting these excuses about you're trying to defend your product again by making excuses that I didn't check thoroughly enough. No reasonable person, when buying a product, would go to the links you're suggesting. So it's just ridiculous. Your whole premise on look a little further. Well, and there's another guy too, Sean. Sorry to sound like a fanboy, and apparently he is, but they did state that Pinephone is not a consumer product. On the two pages I mentioned to you, the Pinephone page and the ordering page, show me where it says that. It does not. Again, just like Vasily, if you search in it, you can find it. It's buried in there. You can find it if you search hard for it. But you can't expect a consumer to come across your website and be able to drill down to all those places without having any reason to, and without having the right words to search for, because you'll never find it. You'd have to scour every page and read every page to find that. You guys are idiots, you know that? Anyway, Shame on Pinephone is the name of this blog, and I'm not sure if it's broken English or it's another language converted. So just bear with me while I read it. I tell you, the problem is not the device. The problem is customer service. He's absolutely right. I emailed Pinephone when I got my phone, and it died a day later, and I heard fucking nothing. Not till now. I've heard nothing from them. Bad customers, no customer service. That's what it is. Okay. He not no give correct instructions. No. Let me read that again. He not no give correctly instruction. Your receipt a device don't work in KDE Plasma Mobile, and he tell me download the beta edition, not KDE beta test. Of course, the results test is not good. In more, a lot YouTube videos tell Pinephone is so easy for other OSs with SD card. Yes, the YouTube videos where you guys play up how great the phone is, and then after we get suckered into buying it, then you point out all the hidden web pages where it says it ain't so great. Yeah, it's a nice scam, yeah, but we've caught you. Anyway, let's continue with this blog. Pinephone is so easy for other OS with SD card. You understand? Oh, it's understand. I don't installing Mobian in factory in eMMC if my device don't work correctly. If my device has a factory problem, that an eventuality you would know. Oh, this is terrible. I do not change the eMMC OS for warranty before I'm sure the device have not had a factory problem. I think he's debating whether it's a hardware or software problem. Now is good. My device working on Mobian on eMMC, problem resolved. That sounds a lot like what happened to me. I started with Manjaro, and you know, I passed it and rebooted it, and that was the last time it booted. It wasn't until a month later when I flashed a newer image, because the older image did the same thing as my past one. In other words, it didn't boot. So I suspect that the whole image was tainted. There's a bad patch there somewhere. Nobody wants to admit it, of course. And it sat on a shelf for a month while I waited for that to happen. Anyway. Visit the main page Pinephone. Never is it writing this product is not finished. Exactly. See, he says the same thing I do, you dorks. Exact same thing. It doesn't say it. It's according to you. It's not one more link. It's buried in other places. Never it is writing this phone not warranty for using normally. No is publicity. In more, the proof customer service is very bad. He have not technician, and it sends you to the forum. Of course, you are a happy customer with functionally phone, and you not answered the customer satisfied. Poorly worded. For you, it is not possible a Pinephone defect, but yes, it is possible. And I insist, 15% for restocking. That's crazy. He restoking the defective phone. Check the Voila phone forum. A phone with Ubuntu Touch only satisfied customer. Yes, $450, but it's better than a lamp torch for $200. Yeah. So his flashlight works, but not the phone. So I think I looked at Voila, Volla. Is it Voila? Anyway, and it's got only. So apparently they have satisfied customers. Maybe we should be when we get our refund checks from Pine64. Maybe we're going to spend them there. So I guess I'm trying to point out to you guys. Stop trying to defend your position by making me go to places that no consumer would ever find without being told about it, and there would be no way for anyone buying that phone to find all this information beforehand until they had trouble and they had to start searching for help. Because that's the only way you find this stuff is when you find you have bad service, and then you gotta post YouTube videos, and then guys like you, I almost called you jerks because you are, say, oh, if you just looked a little harder, then you wouldn't have bought the phone. Well, holy, what the fuck, man? You guys are snake oil salesmen, all of you, and you're all in on it. You all got your $10 every time you sold a phone, and you don't want to give the money back. Well, we're coming for it, and we're going to get it. You mark my words. I got to read this one more. Yes, $450, but it's better than a lamp torch for $200 named Pinephone. I love it. It's fabulous. $200 flashlight called Pinephone. So I'm just looking at that Shame on Pinephone blog, and of course all the aficionados have the same, are spewing the same crap you guys are trying to give me. Oh, it's in beta. It's not ready for this. Not ready for that. Well, I already proved what beta is. You can't make up your own dictionary definition. Sorry, you can't. So it's the same. You giving this guy the same crap you give me. Apparently, you have this way of how you deal with these complaints. You guys just gang up on them and point at all the things that try to deflect blame from the real problem, which is Pine 64. And it's Linux aficionados who are in on the crime. Well, I just finished going over that Shame on Pinephone, and it's the same. It runs parallel to what I've been doing. It's around the same time too. Last June of 2021, this guy starts blogging about it. And it's funny. It's funny how a suggestion from one of you aficionados leads me to this. So every time you guys try to defend your product, it leads me to more proof that it's not defensible, and that you're out bald-faced liars and scam artists, snake oil salesmen. That's for sure. So I'm going to post the links, the one more links as you called it, and show you how ridiculous your statement is, and how buried this information is, where no one will find it until they've already coughed up the money and gotten screwed. Anyway, so I'll be looking forward to tomorrow's Pinephone edition, and I'm going to rename the podcast $200 Flashlight by Pinephone, because that's classic. That's all it's good for. That's the only thing that works reliably is the flashlight. I guess as long as the battery's charged. Thanks for listening, everybody. Take care. Oh, by the way, Sparky's sleeping right now. He's a cat. He's a night owl, so he's up parties all night. Kind of sleeps during the day. But he did mention to me last night that he's still not buying a Pinephone, no matter what you guys say. And it's going to take hell to freeze over to change his mind. Thanks for listening, everybody. Take care.